Good afternoon, ma'am. My topic for today is focus on the four characteristics of constructivism. So, the first is learner construct understanding. Second is new learning depends on current understanding, and third is learning facilitated by social interaction. And lastly, the meaningful learning occurs with an authentic learning task. Let's tackle the learner's construct understanding first. So, the definition of learner construct understanding is constructivists do not view learners as just empty vessels waiting to be filled up. They see learners as active thinkers who interpret new information based on what they already know. So, they construct knowledge in a way that makes sense to them. So, try to imagine a child learning about animals. So, instead of simply memorizing facts from a book, a constructivist approach would involve the child actively exploring and interacting with animals in their environment. Like, for example, if the child sees a dog for the first time, they might relate it to what they already know about cats, noticing similarities and differences through this process of comparing and contrasting. So, the child construct their understanding of dogs based on their existing knowledge of animals. So, this active engagement allows the child to make sense of the new information in a way that is meaningful to them rather than just passive absorbing facts. So, the second one is new learning depends on current understanding. Background information is very important. It is through the present views or scheme that the learner has the new information will be interpreted. So, that is the definition of the new learning depends on current understanding. Again, try to imagine of learning a new language. If you already know the language, let's say it's English. So when you learn a new one like Spanish, you'll interpret new words and grammar rules based on what you already know in English. So like for example, when you learn that hola means hello in Spanish, you relate it to the concept of greeting in English. So, your existing understanding of English helps you interpret and learn Spanish more effectively. So, your current understanding influences how you interpret and learn new information. So, the third one is learning is facilitated by social interaction. So, constructivists believe in creating a community of learners within classrooms. Learning communities help learners take responsibility of their own learning. Learners have a lot of opportunities to cooperate and collaborate to solve problems and discover things. Teachers play the role of facilitator rather than an expert who has all the knowledge. So, in this case, the teacher only facilitate the students, but the students are responsible for their own learning. In a constructivist approach, learning is seen as a social activity where students actively engage with each other to construct knowledge. By working together in a community of learners, students take ownership of their learning process. So, instead of teacher being the sole source of knowledge, they guide and facilitate, discuss, encouraging collaboration and problem solving among students. So, so this approach fosters a support environment where students learn from each other's perspectives and experiences, enhancing their understanding and critical thinking skills. So like for example, in a classroom using a constructivist approach, students might work in groups to conduct a science experiment. Rather than the teacher simply demonstrating the experiment, students collaborate, share ideas, and problem solve together. They discuss hypotheses, plan the experiment, collect data, and analyze results as a team. So, through this social interaction, each student contributes their unique perspective, and together they construct a deeper understanding of the specific concepts being explored. So, the fourth and the last one is meaningful learning occurs with an authentic learning task. An authentic task is one that involves a learning activity that involves constructing knowledge and understanding that is so akin to the knowledge and understanding needed when applied in the real world. So, example, writing activity where 6-year-olds prepare a checklist for things they need to do in school is a more authentic activity than for them to be working only on tracing worksheets with dotting lines. So, according also to Edgar Dale, that 90% of chance you will remember the task if you will experience it rather to just simply listening, looking, or seeing. So, in order for you to remember accordingly the task you the important task you need to remember, you as a teacher you must let them experience it. So that's the end of my report, ma'am. Thank you so much for listening.